Hello everyone, this is Alex Koloskov, commercial photographer. I'm helping other photographers to get business running and complicated shots to be done. And this is our footage live, actually first in this year time when I will do a critique and review from Footage forum doing live broadcast. So you can watch me, you can ask me questions looking at the chat window. Chat window is the right side on the main video. There is a little button on top, you can click it and click on chat tab, and let me try. I put some test and send. Yeah, I see chat is working, so that's how you can communicate with me. And what I will be doing as usual, it's reviewing submit your work thread on the Footage forum. So I'm going to load the forum and go through the submissions. As usually, very cool images. I really enjoy going through them. Okay. So this is our submit your shot for the review thread. It's a little bit slow on my end. Broadcast, simultaneous recording. I think it eats a lot of energy of my little computer, but we should be fine. Okay, first shot from Curtis. And we got some watches. 2 watches. Let me open the first one. Wow, it's really slow. But anyway, so Curtis looks great. You getting really good job. Most of your submissions for last few months, it's just great. I don't think there is anything which we can really critique here, because I really yeah, here we go. I like everything. Maybe a little bit of cleanup of this area, right? I forgot how you call it. Those buttons. I see that again. It's just a little. I need to find something to critique, so I would clean them because I see little lines. Oh, whoa! It's almost high resolution image you posted here, right? So here is a little cleanup I would do on both of, well, not both, all of these 4 buttons. And other than that, I think it's pretty good, really. This shot is just great. So not much critic for you here. Let me go. Yep, we have people watching us, which is cool. To the next one. Okay, another great shot. Not much again to be edited. Maybe this little piece here. I don't know, for some reason it looks like it's not glossy. Is it different from the previous watches? I'm talking about that dial. Well, like I said, I forgot the word for it, but it looks like it's not glossy here. Maybe it's not glossy in real life. Maybe you changed something in terms of lighting. I'm not sure, but it kind of looks strange. The rest is great. The numbers, like those guys pointed to you that numbers may not really visible, but again, I didn't see the watch, and I see the numbers. I see that they almost flat, almost right. It's hard to get them to make pop up. Maybe it's possible to get more, how you call it, more visible, I would say, those numbers, but maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, I think you did really good job. And talking about, there is a little discussion about trademark, your copyright on the images. Well, I think Curtis got it well. I mean, that copyright is not on the middle of the image, right? It just relatively little mark on the corner, and I think it's almost necessary to have it because, well, people will take our shots, they will use it on their blog posts, whatever, and it's fine. It's not like they're stealing it, but not all of them put in the backlink to the source of this image, right? And that kind of thing will help potential buyers find the photographer. And you know, talking about this whole, I wanna get back in a minute to the critic, but about this whole issue in stealing images. Did you follow that Trey Ratcliffe case with Morning Herald, or that Australian newspaper, which they used Trey's image of some harbor, right, with a big duck? If not, go to Trey's blog or on Google Plus page and look at how, well, it's obviously bad when somebody take your image and use it, you know, in commercial. Obviously, newspaper is commercial thing, but you know, I just thinking, oh, maybe somebody can steal my images, because you see, it so much works against the thief. And for photographer, you have so many publicity, you have so many discussions, and it's like, basically it costs a lot of money to get that kind of publicity and grow audience without that kind of events. So when somebody take your image, it's good, really. It's, you can, you know, make a lot of noise, and well, you can use that situation to grow your audience, to become more visible, and it's always good, right? So it's just observation. Trey is really good at this, and obviously, like I said, nothing good about stealing the image, but if it happened, we can use it, you know, in our own, in positive, you know, stuff. Okay, so this is the lighting setups. Curtis, you got, well, pretty nice everything here. So guys, that's probably the very good way to learn, you know, this stuff. I can add only that, you know, shooting watches, you see how Curtis did it with big diffusers, with nice gradient spots on them, soft boxes. And there is a much, I would say, easier way to shoot it, with less light, with much less light modifiers, if you use a cone. Yeah, you can build yourself. I have it all walkthrough of how to build do-it-yourself cone, shooting cone in do-it-yourself solutions for photographers ebook. But anyway, you will see it. You will find it on 40G somewhere. Some examples of how you use the cone. Cone is not always works well with jewelry, but with watches, it's one of the best light modifiers. Okay, it's just a hint for you guys. But what can we do? Okay. It was there. And now image can be found. Oh man. Sergio, where did you put those images? Why not upload as attachment when you post something? I've seen it. I've seen it, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. Let me refresh, maybe it will help. But it said that the source of the image, right? And if I go directly to that URL, oh, well, we got it. At least we got it this way, which is good. Let me go back here. I don't know why it's not showing, but again, it's external URL. Maybe it didn't like that this image being loaded from other website. Who knows? So anyway, this is a shot. And really good shot. If we look at, maybe in a second we'll be able to look at the lighting setups, you will see that Sergio used speed lights and some do-it-yourself big light modifiers, diffusers, And you see the result. Pretty cool shot, really. I like the diffusion, the reflection on the gas bottle. On, I think it's metal, right? The only few areas where it can be improved, and it's obviously post-production. Let's look at these lines. You see this white edge? They're not perfect. It's completely fine. We shoot it like this, and it's maximum probably what photographer can do. But to finish the shot, to post it in your portfolio, to make that polished look, we need to edit it. We need to edit in Photoshop. Just grab some little brush and create nice white lines where it's supposed to be, nice lines. I'm talking about this left area of that ellipse inside the bottle, right? And same here. It's kind of nice when we see that a little bit through that piece of glass, but the glass is not perfect, and this is where we can make it a little bit better in Photoshop. So all those little lines where they're not perfect, fix it in Photoshop. It should be relatively easy, right? I'm not going to do it right now, but it's no special skills will be required, right? So other than that, really good shot. So thank you, Sergio. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your links. Maybe it just temporary, hopefully. Okay, blue sky speaker from Dennis. Let's see. Nice speaker. I think, well, I think the same improvement can be done here as the previous shot. Post-production, a little bit more post-production, a little bit more cleanup of is it dust? Let me check, maybe it's dust. Yeah, I think some dust on the speaker, on the black areas. I see it's a little bit, and especially on top one. Or maybe it's my screen. Not sure. What else? I like the edges. This is very important that we got this very bright, rim light on both sides. Very good. I like the gradient on the white speaker, right, on the diffuser, or not diffuser, how you call it, in that piece on speaker. Well, I like everything. The spot, you see, the spot is a little bit on the right side, talking about background spot. It's a little bit brighter on the right and a little bit darker on the left, so maybe a little bit centered. And this kind of thing, it should be done during the shot. It's really hard to do it in Photoshop, but probably possible, just a little bit reduced brightness of the right side, talking about this background, where we see the background, right? Just to make it completely, symmetrical. Well, other than that, pretty good job. So, Dennis, thank you. And the lighting setup is pretty straightforward, because you see this, it's not really glossy. And well, Dennis did really good job, because you see there is no any light directly in front of the subject. That's why we don't have any of those bad reflections. One on top, it created this nice highlight on the top, that high pitch speaker, and it created that nice gradient on this one, and basically it lit the whole panel with kind of gradient feeling without giving any reflection except this little one on top, which is fine. So great stuff. And the rim light, right? And looks like it's combined shot, right? You don't have all of this light, or do you? Yeah, looks like you moved the softbox. Anyway, great. So thank you, Dennis. Okay. Blue speaker, shoe for beginners. Oh, Viva, you submitted to wrong thread. Viva is one of my students. She's shooting for, doing the assignment from my latest lecture about the shoes. And well, Viva, I review it later when I'll be reviewing all the submissions from the students. Please submit your shots into that special thread on the forum. Be good here. Okie dokie, so textured subject with some glossy pieces. And let's review this image from Maxim. Maxim, very well lit. You did good job on creating, those edge lights, creating nice gradient reflection on that big label, fossil, right? It looks good. And the only thing here which I would do different in terms of lighting is a background light, background spot. You see, it's not really the color, even though it's a little bit yellowish and kind of plays with fossil, this metal parts on the shot, but it's not yellow enough and it's not bright enough to be really distinguishable from the black. So it's kind of it's not really works well here. We don't see that spot. It's not bright and it's not really yellow, and it looks a little bit kind of unclean. Gives it an unclean look, right? And I would probably do it completely without any colors if you want something like this, so it will match the table. Or if you want to add color, add more and create brighter spots somewhere here, so it will be just brighter look and bigger, more distinguishable difference between one background, the vertical one, and the table. The rest is great, and this kind of subjects requires even more post-production than anything else, because you see the leather is not kind of keeping that nice shape. And yes, it looks like it's how it's in real life, but if if we are product photographers and we shoot products for sale, right? Customers selling those products, and they should look perfect, just perfect, regardless of how they look in real life. Nobody cares. And like I said, post-production. Let me try just to show you the possible way of doing this. So basically you need to make all those wrinkles disappear, right? Let me try to do this. Do you see me now? I want to make sure that you will see what I'm doing here. 1 second, guys. Okay, so I am doing a new adjustment layer, right? One and second one. And let's name one bright, one dark, for example. And on bright we will use curves, right, to make it much brighter, and on dark we'll use same curve to make it darker. Then we invert, Command I, and invert this one, Command I. So now we have same image as it used to be, and we can use brush, white brush, to make areas darker and brighter, depends on how, to make those spots disappear. Let's say we have bright. Let's start from a dark. Let's say if I want this to make a little bit darker, right? I do a little bit over here and it's a little bit darker. Then I switch to bright layer and paint over dark areas to make it a little bit brighter somewhere. Okay. Obviously the size of brush is very important. Like, let me do this. I'll show you. Okay, so this wrinkle, right? It's dark and then bright. That's what creates, you know, this basically wrinkle. So I want to make brighter this piece, and I want to make darker this piece, right? And that's how it will slightly disappear. We can always change opacity of our brush. Now it's 21%. We can always increase it if you want to have, you know, bigger impact on our editing. But basically you do like this, right? You try to clean all of this bright areas and dark areas, so it will be more even. Let me do a few more and I'll show you before and after. I am not a good retoucher, I just know these little tricks which can help you. So let's group them. That's how you group it. Okay. So you see what happened? It's just a little spot which I try to edit, you know, very fast. But the idea is, this is after edit, this is before. And you see I removed that big wrinkle. So the same thing can be done everywhere. Make it more flat. Plus a few more things. Let's grab some bright brush again. Make it larger. And all these metal parts can be brighter. Basically dodge and burn technique, right? You know it. So all this can be a little bit more shiny because it's metal and it looks cool. Okay. What else? Same thing, we can reduce brightness, for example, on these areas a little bit. Okay. And now before and after. This is before and this is after. Okay, quick lesson, post-production. And this is it. Little post-production, a little bit brighter background, and it will be perfect shot. So thank you, Maxim. Let me move to next one. By the way, let me check if it's... Are we online or not online? Yeah, we're online. Okay. Okay. And where is the shot? Here's the shot. So let me see who this. Flo. Hello, Flo. Welcome to FotiG forum. If you haven't been here before. And let's go through the shot. So this is the final shot. I kind of like the idea, you know, to get that warm feeling and you know, soft kind of feeling from that nice whiskey. But you know, the realization, while it's good, it can be better, obviously, because what I see is kind of blurred image on a blue background in general, right? And we need to make sure that, 1 second, 3 times doing several things simultaneously, not really easy. So the sharpness, I don't know, but your subject somehow went out from maybe focus, or maybe you didn't sharp it, or well, it's a little bit, yeah, it was a little bit sharper, I think, on this you know, raw file before post-production. So I'm sure if you did it like this. Second thing, the background, that fabric you have, you know, I think again, it should be a stylist who put it all the seams much nicely, and plus we probably would be cool if you'll have some sharp pieces of that fabric around the bottle, I mean, to be in focus, you know, like with texture, if you want to put it this way. But now it's just, you know, too blurry. Everything is too blurry. Regarding the lighting, the edge around the bottle, the trim light is cool, but it's not even. You see, right side has much thicker line, left side is thinner. I like thinner more. So when we shoot bottle like this, if we talk about rim light, it probably should be the same, right? Same thickness. We can always have obviously different light from left and right just to show the shape, but if it's rim light, it's same age all around, right? And you know, things like this, what I see on neck of the bottle, unevenness of the glass, clean it in Photoshop. In Photoshop, just brush it to make smooth. We don't want to see how glass look like when you see through it in real. Nobody needs reality. It's product photography. It's the same basically with every type of photography, right? Portraiture. Who wants to see the, you know, real face? You want to see the beautiful face always. Okay, so. But you know, looking at your lighting setup, looking at what you used, well, man, hats off. Great job, considering that you have no equipment except camera. I mean, no professional photography equipment. You have some softbox, right? Yeah, you have softbox, which is good. But you know, those reflectors look pretty cool. I don't know why you use that brown reflector. Well, for brown color probably. But well, why not? Why not? Agree. So the main things here: bottle should be sharp, right? Even light on the edges. Background should be placed much better. Background on that rear panel, I mean talking about vertical panel, you see it has some spots which is kind of still maybe fine in that kind of moody shot, you know. But that line I see on the left, it's not good. It just, you know, looks like you have that cardboard bent, and that's what we see, that line. Not good. It shouldn't be there. Okay, so you see, you got it right in terms of you know, the approach. Just every piece you did here can be finished, can be polished more, and that's a kind of, it makes a big difference when you do this kind of job. You need to polish, you need to think about how to improve every little piece. You do as much as you can in studio, I mean in the camera with lighting, and then you do as much as you can in Photoshop. Or not Photoshop, whatever the software you have, GIMP, whatever, a lot of free stuff, right? Does the same thing, nothing special in terms of, you know, improving this image. Okay? So, good job. Just keep going, because I really like when I see, you know, that kind of creative thinking, creative mind, you know, photographer trying to put the image, and here I see it. So that's pretty good. Okay, thank you, Flo. Perfume bottle, Paul. Yeah, I remember the shot, and it was a good shot. It is a good shot. Why it was? Yeah, with the lighting setup. Okay, so let me see. Paul, nice, very nice. Red color, you know, those highlights, and especially liquid, really looks really cool. But about highlights, I don't know. I look first time and it kind of strike me. Then I look a couple days later at the same image and I've seen the same. Somehow this right side of the bottle with this big bright line, it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't belong to that moody, you know, to that feeling which I'm getting from this shot, because it's soft, it's red, it's something, you know, like almost like intimate, or, well, not sure about wording, but you see what I'm saying? And this bright line, thick white bright line on the left, and two lines to these pieces on the bottom, two hard reflections from the light. And I think it may look much softer and much more interesting If you would have same soft gradient on the right side, same as on the left, because I really like this look on the left. You see the shape of the bottle. Just imagine that we will have the same thing on the right. Let me see. Is it possible or not? I'm really bad at Photoshop, but I'll try. So if we will do, you know, something like this. Oh, no, not like this. Like this. And how we flip this guy? Transform. And what about we flip it horizontal? Right. And let me do this. Okay. So look at this. I cannot fix the bottom, but I think that kind of image, I don't know, for me it looks better. You know, maybe if you would have that edge on the right much thinner, almost like, I don't know, 1 millimeter kind of edge, it may look better than what you have. So between this and this, I don't know, this bottle look really nice to me. Okay, well, obviously it's just in my vision, and you shouldn't agree with it, but well, that's what I'm doing here, right? Trying to, you know, tell what I'm thinking about your shots, guys. Okay, so let me go back to your shot and see if I can tell anything else. Other than that, it looks really good. All these gradients, I really like it. Yeah, mirror with liquid. You see, you got glass. You have this little pool, and you have liquid, and this is really cool. And this is how you got the gradient on the left. Wow, very nice. Thank you, Paul, for posting the lighting setup, obviously. Well, it's a requirement, but guys, every time I saying that thank you for doing this. Okay, let's go to next. Oh, Maxim. It's another Maxim. And the shot is this. So, nice food shot. By the way, I want to shoot more food. You know, after some shots on the table, which I did for my personal blog, you know, for that cheese stuff with egg, I can now start feeling, oh, you know, I need to do it in studio. So we'll have some tutorial soon about the food shot. Okay, you know, nice shot. Each piece of it looks really good and very finished look, you know, clean, nice. But somehow when you put all those three items together, they don't really play with each other, for me. Black, well, coffee cup with the plate underneath. You know, from technical standpoint, each shot, the shot is really good. I mean, the lighting, the gradients, the edge, everything. But then we see this nice, completely different plate with cake on it, right? And then we see this, the flowers, which is fine. I mean, they blurred, it's okay. But you know, all three together, they, for example, this plate with cake, it comes more with flower, and the black spot of the coffee is somehow false from that composition, you know? Plus, the way how you position them, and obviously that's not only the way, but the subject colors itself, somehow they don't connect to each other. Okay, so it's basically a stylist type of thing where you need to think how to put, you know, how to put the composition together, because technically perfect. You know, stylistically, compositionally, it's not. Okay, I said already, it's not playing together. So Maxim, great stuff. Just, you know, maybe more similar items, more similar colors, or somehow get connection between these very different pieces. I don't know, maybe some forks, maybe spills. I don't know. I'm not a stylist. I just can feel, and actually Zhenia's helped me to feel, you know, that kind of thing, because women usually have very much, very good sense of, you know, of compositional sense. At least my woman. Yep, that's how it was done. You see, guys, you need shooting table. Here is a shooting table with a translucent plastic, which I have on the 40G gear page. By the way, do you know the 40G gear page? I'll show you. It's under gear, and I have this list of all this stuff which I use, and not only use, but I mean, obviously not all these cameras, but the most interesting for you will be light modifiers. That's actually cone, which I talked about. This and other stuff. Take a look. Most of things you need to have in your studio is listed here, and yep, with links, you know. And don't think that I'm making any money from that list. It's not true. I'm not making any money, even though it's affiliate links. No. Okay, so let's go to this one, the next one. Thank you, Maxim. Coffee and milk. Oh, again, coffee and milk? Oh yeah, Patrick, I remember this shot. And especially I remember this mess which you're doing while your wife and kids sleeping. How you could do this? Okay, so let's see the shot. Emotion, that's great. I like this kind of, well, you know how I like splashes. But you know what can be done better here in terms of liquids? White, that milk should be brighter. I know how milk splash can look like when it gets really, you know, thinner. It gets a little bit transparent, and that's what we see here. And like this left big splash, it has, because it's not transparent and clear liquid, it has some shadows, because you have light on one side and no other light source on the right side, and then so it gets shadows. And with milk it doesn't work very well. When we shoot not clear liquids, we need more light sources, because when it's something clear like well, water, it's much easier, right? You highlight the background and it's translucent, and you need one light somewhere just to create nice highlights on the liquid, and it works fine. With milk, boom, you will get all these big shadows on it, and milk should be white. Shadows doesn't look right. So that one piece, make it brighter. One suggestion is not to use milk, because milk, even not fat-free milk, fat-free is probably the but normal milk still, when it gets thinner, it become not white, but whatever it, you have color on the background. I would use something else, like you know what I use for my shots, right? I use that glue, Elmer's glue. In Europe, probably it's same. Well, it's basically paper glue, all-purpose paper glue. It's white, and the cool thing, it's you mix it with water, and the proportion creates transparency. I mean, if you add just a little bit of the water, it won't be transparent, even if it will be really thin. So it will be whiter, basically, right? And same thing for the coffee. Well, you have coffee without, I see, you have clear coffee, and then you have coffee already mixed with milk, and you have milk. So basically 3 liquids, right? That's what you get in here. And yeah, maybe this coffee, especially the bottom part, can be, well, more lights needed just to highlight all these pieces. Yeah, I see you have one softbox maybe another light, right? And that's it. So 2 lights total. It's very heroic, I would say, shot with 2 lights. But if you can get more lights, because it will be just much easier to highlight this stuff. And one more thing, the last thing is in terms of improvements, the glass itself, especially that leg and the bottom of it, which is not covered with liquid, it can be it can look better if you would have 2, let's say, strip boxes, just to create nice edge, right? You remember that lecture I posted about shooting glass, right, on a, let's say, on dark background. This nice rim light will kind of make glass look much better. And obviously, well, you don't have it, I understand. I'm just saying that's what can be done, okay? And you can think about it, how to make it happen. Alrighty, thank you, Patrick. I'm freeze. Okay, so not really working well, this broadcast stuff, but hopefully I'm getting everything recorded. Okay, so let's jump to next shot. Next shot, Moscato white wine bottle from Enidus. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing names. Okay, so the chat on the sidebar, right? If you need to talk to me. And I'm finishing my submit your image for review and critic type of broadcast. So we got Anidis, Raphael, images of some nice champagne. And let me open a few more. It just takes so much time to come. But anyway, this is not a final shot, and this is not a well, I think it's final shot. So what I can say, superb work, really. It just, I see great post-production, I see great cleaning, everything looks really well. Background is kind of cool, it's digital, at least partially digital, that waves. But man, it looks great. On this particular shot, the top of the bottle, where we have you know, that foil like this, it's hard to Photoshop. Ideally it should be, you know, same clean look of that top. And I know it's hard, but that, imagine that if you would shoot that thing for the client. Well, probably you shoot it for a client, I don't know, but it could be better if it will be perfect on top, right? And this is the lighting setup. That's cool. You see, guys, how he did the edge light all around. We have non-transparent background right behind the bottle, and then big diffuser and light behind the diffuser, and that's what created this kind of nice edge. And it's not just sharp edge, right, rim light, but it created the gradient, the big diffuser on the back. And it's great way. You don't need to have, you know, two lights. You can use one light to highlight that big piece behind it. Like here, I'm sure was it too light or not, but anyway. And then to highlight the label and front, you see the diffuser was used, and the light hitting the diffuser. Diffuser was not directly on the front, so no reflection from the glossy parts from it, right? No reflection to the camera, which is great. Oh yeah, this shot we already talked about it, right? We already talked about it last time, and Deb, you created new shot, right? it looks better. It looks better, but still, you know, those little gemstones, they might have a little bit more sparks on them. Yeah, so sparks created by spot on, let's say, diffusion panel somewhere, and it can be a relatively large spot because you have those gemstones facing all the different directions. So I would say cone will work really good here. I don't know, did you get a do-it-yourself solutions for jewelry photographer, my book, or not? But if you'll get it, you will see what I'm saying. It will just work. Really cool. And one post-production tip for shots like this is this: to make those little gemstones to really be, you know, bright, what you can do, you can select each one, you know, multiple selections, and then apply only on those stones, on gemstones, unsharp mask. Basically, when you a little bit over sharp them, all those edges, you know, all these little facets they have, they will start kind of popping up. And on little stones it works very well. On big stones you will see that, you know, over sharpening is not good, but when it's small, it will work well. It's kind of trick which jewelry retouchers use a lot, and well, I'm just sharing it with you. Okay, so let's move to the next one. I think we're done through all of them. No, I didn't see this yet. Okay, my last desperate try to finish this broadcast, because something is going crazy because that speed. I probably put in too much uplink, I mean too much quality on the stream, broadcast stream. I will lower it. So Finn, this is your shot. I forgot to critique it last time, but you know, I told you already on this thread, right, that you need to clean your glasses, you need to clean table, or well, if it's always this wet, droplets, we should probably see some, you know, splash going on, right? And without splash it just look a little bit dirty. Okay, and I think perspective a little bit fallen, maybe a little bit correct perspective, so they will straight when those glasses. Okay, so let me jump to the next one and it will be done. Dmitry, классная работа, Dmitry. So great shot, Dmitry. Nice subject, you know, with that finish, non-glossy finish of that speedlight. Well, you got it really well. You see, guys, the most why it's good. We almost don't have evenly filled surfaces, right? It's always gradient here from darker to brighter area, gradient here, nice gradient on that top plate, right? Even nice, probably it's a little bit of Photoshop here, this line, which is great, nothing wrong with that, right? So it looks cool. What may be improved is that line where our glass, it's a mirror, right, ends and background starts. I see that, you know, the cut of the glass, and obviously, you know, take in Photoshop and make nice 2-pixel line, and it will be perfect. And I don't know, it looks great. If you add some spot in the background, obviously it has nothing to do with shot. I mean, the spot, it's just an idea. It can be, you know, just an option. But again, you probably didn't put it because you need this exact look, which is great. Так что, Дима, классная работа. Спасибо, что засубмитил. Thank you, Dima, for submitting it. Hard to critic. Great job. Let's see the lighting setup. Yep, some cardboards, some reflectors, one strobe IC, right? And this is it, guys. That's perfect. That's what I kind of like even more than shot. to see how photographer can use that minimum they have to get the shot. You see this reflector, right? Reflector makes one more light. It's like one more light. It creates a gradient on that right side. Just see the reflector. You don't need light from there, right? Because you can grab all the light and put it, apply to subject. So that's really cool. Thank you, Dmitry. Okay, guys, we're done. I'm not sure if it's still broadcasting or not. Anyway, everything will be recorded. Think about what next assignment you want. What first assignment for this year? I want to start doing assignments again, bi-weekly assignments, and I have in mind, well, I have jewelry now because I kind of preparing for jewelry class workshop, which will be 17th of February. Actually, it's a couple days left for the early bird prize. Anyway, check it on workshops, on 40G workshops, if you're interested. But anyway, if you have anything in mind regarding the assignments, what kind of shots you want to do, shoot me email or comment under this post, and we'll find something which will work for everyone, something interesting, creative, and well, I have ideas. If you don't shoot me email, I'll set the assignment myself. I just want to, to ask your opinion first. Okay, so stay tuned. It was 40G Live, and see you guys later. Bye.